So I've got 7:05. We'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. No amendments to the agenda. So can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
Move to approve the agenda as presented.
Second?
I'll second that.
Vote by roll call.
Counselor Caceres.
Aye.
Counselor Seha.
Aye.
Counselor Ecclestone.
Aye.
Counselor Lee.
Aye.
Counselor Sini.
Aye.
Mayor Clevenger.
All right.
All right, that's unanimous.
Presentations. We got a presentation from Shake Alert.
Just let me know when you're ready to start the video.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do have a presentation from Shake Alert. You should have got something up there, but for the rest of you, this is a new app that they're pushing out with the emergency management. It falls in line with our Cascadia subduction zone that we're trying to be prepared for. It also kind of meets with our hazardous mitigation plans and also meets the council's goals. So it's actually a really nice thing. So on Thursday, March 11th, there's going to be a Shake Alert test, and the alerts will come out through the wireless emergency alert system. And you have to download the app. It's called Quake Alert USA. They have both the apps for the iPhone and for the Android system. However, the app is not working right now, but should be working by the time the alert comes out. But you can go online and go ahead and get that downloaded if you want to. A little bit about the Shake Alert system and stuff. The Federal Emergency Management, FEMA, has estimated the average annualized loss from earthquakes nationwide be $6.1 billion, of which 73% or 4.5 billion of that is coming from Oregon, California, and Washington alone. The Shake Alert app is basically an early warning system that detects significant earthquakes so quickly that alerts can reach many people before the shaking arrives. It's not an earthquake detector, but it simply just rather catches the shaking and sends out alerts that it's coming. The studies from Oregon, Washington, California showed that this warning system can actually give you from seconds to tens of seconds enough time that they can slow down trains so they don't derail. They can stop taxiing planes so they don't crash on the takeoffs, and they can prevent cars from entering bridges and tunnels, people to move away from buildings, and even shut down gas lines and stuff in industrial buildings. So it's quite the app. It's been going on, the research on it, since 2015. And so, like I said, we're happy to see if they're going to be pushing that out. As it gets closer and stuff, we'll push some more information on social media and stuff about people so they can get it. You just have to enable your phone once you get the app to receive the alerts and stuff on your emergency system. And Colleen's got a little video and stuff on it, about a 4-minute video that kind of explains a little bit of it too. So you're ready, Colleen?
What would you do if you have seconds to prepare for shaking from an earthquake that has already begun? More than 143 million people in the United States are exposed to potentially damaging shaking due to earthquakes. Most of our nation's earthquake risk is concentrated in highly populated areas on the active plate tectonic boundaries of the west coast of the continental United States. The U.S. Geological Survey operates the Shake Alert Earthquake Early Warning System, which is part of the Advanced National Seismic System. Shake Alert is not earthquake prediction, but a Shake Alert message issued by the USGS indicates that an earthquake has begun and shaking is imminent.
Don't let yourself be convinced to do something that you know is bad, and then you finally just share it.
With even a few seconds of warning, Shake Alert can save lives and reduce injuries by alerting people to take a protective action such as drop, cover, and hold on. Shake Alert further protects people and infrastructure by triggering automatic actions, such as slowing down trains to prevent derailments, opening firehouse doors so they don't jam shut, and closing valves to protect water systems, and to stabilize equipment during life-critical situations. How does Shake Alert work? When an earthquake occurs, seismic waves carry energy in all directions away from the epicenter. P waves, similar to sound waves, move quickly through the ground, followed by the slower and generally more damaging S waves and surface waves. Sensors detect the seismic waves and send that information to a shake alert processing center, which requires that at least 4 sensors detect the earthquake. If the earthquake fits the right profile, the USGS issues a shake alert message. Distribution partners then produce and deliver an alert to people and trigger automated systems. Alert delivery can be before, during, or after shaking from S waves and surface waves. Alerts can be delivered to people through apps designed for cell phones and other wireless devices, over public address systems, TVs and radios, and by FEMA's Wireless Emergency Alert System, WEA, which is also the source of Amber Alerts. For every earthquake, there is a region near the epicenter where alerts will not arrive before shaking begins. That's because close to the epicenter, the P and S waves are too close together, and the shake alert system needs time, often just seconds, to estimate the earthquake's magnitude and shaking levels before issuing a shake alert message. That means that people close to the earthquake epicenter might not get an alert until after the shaking has already started. Those farther away from the epicenter could receive more warning time before shaking arrives. If an earthquake continues to grow in size, additional shake alert messages might be issued, updating the estimated magnitude and expected shaking for that event, which will result in alerts being delivered to a broader area. The USGS recommends that when you receive an alert, you should take protective action immediately. Do not wait for shaking to arrive. If you are near the coast in a tsunami-prone region, it's important to get to high ground quickly, but only after shaking stops. Before traveling to a new place, learn about both the local hazards and the recommended precautions to take by reading information found in the city, county, or state's emergency management websites. Knowledge of your surroundings and practicing protective actions are critical components of preparedness for any disaster. Always remember, if you receive an earthquake alert or experience shaking, drop, cover, and hold on until all shaking stops.
Thanks, Colleen. I'm not an expert on the system, but is there any questions I can ask for you guys?
I got nothing, Chief.
And I think this just another one of those emergency planning tools that we want to make available to the public. The Oregon region, Washington region, still feel that the Cascadia type event is out there looming for us to deal with. And so obviously we don't want to, even though we're all concentrated on COVID currently, we don't want to forget some of these other potential issues that we're going to have to deal with. So we're still working on that front and working with Marion County Emergency Management on all of these systems. And we'll continue to do that. One of the things we're going to talk about in our retreats is like hazard mitigation plan that we've approved through FEMA with the joint jurisdictional plan. And there's a few seismic concerns, and we'll briefly talk about that at tomorrow night's meeting, I think. Thanks, Chief, for bringing that to us.
Thank you, Ron. I'm happy to still try to keep on top of that.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Chief.
Thanks, Chief. All right. Moving on. Public comment. I'm not seeing anyone in the attendees right now, so I'm going to assume that's a no on public comment. Consent agenda. Everybody get a chance to read through the minutes. Anybody got any issues, comments, concerns? All right. Well, if nobody's got anything, no, we got to approve it. We get a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Need a second?
I'll second that.
Vote by roll call.
Okay, Counselor Casares,
Aye.
Counselor Seha,
Aye.
Counselor Ecclestone,
Aye.
Counselor Lee,
Aye.
Counselor Sini,
Aye.
Counselor Wick,
Aye.
Mayor Clevenger.
Aye.
That is unanimous.
Cool. Ron, your report.
Well, my report is in written form this week, and as you can tell, not a whole lot to highlight that the council isn't already aware of. A lot of ongoing items that we're working on. Public Works has their report, their written report along with mine, and so does the PD, and just business as usual there. The only thing just to highlight to council, we'll talk about this a little bit more tomorrow night if you guys want to go into it, is we're still proceeding with COVID restricted community events, but trying to continue to bring community events forward so that there's some sense of normalcy, if that's what you want to call it, out there in the community. So we do have an Easter event planned where we're going to go out into the neighborhoods, kind of like what we did for Christmas, with treat bags, and we'll put eggs and toys and stuff in the treat bags for the kids. COVID distanced. Public Works is putting together a trailer float. We're dressing up a truck to look like a bunny. You know, that kind of stuff, just so that there is some sort of event. Working on Arbor Day. I did go ahead and order corn from the same grower that we had last year. He said that they were changing the seed a little bit this year based on what that they could get, but he was pretty confident it would be very tasty corn at the end of the day, and I'll take his word for it because he's done a great job for us. And you know, I'm talking to a lot of resources. I don't know that we're going to be able to have a big community event in August, but we'll see. We'll see what changes over the next couple of months. If nothing else, we'll do kind of like what we did last year, maybe try to improve it a little bit. Even though it wasn't quite the event I know we all in our minds would like to be doing. I've got ideas that are just dying to jump off, you know, out of my brain onto some event planning committee agenda, but nothing else will do the same thing. And the community really enjoyed it. So, you know, we'll do something, and we'll just keep working in that direction, I guess. And if you guys have other ideas, certainly bring those forward. That's really it.
Cool. Any the city councilors got anything?
Derek,
Yes.
I have an update from MWAC
Okay.
for you guys. So that's the Willamette Valley Area Commission on Transportation Committee that I'm on. And the Oregon Transportation Commission has been going through and updating a lot of stuff this last year. And one of the things they're going to do is revise how the acts respond to their requests for input of information in that, and try to make it more equitable through the areas. So that could be good news for us. So that's mostly what we went over at the meeting. We will be starting to work on the plans for where funds are going to go in the next area, which is 2024 to 27. And they'll be finalizing where they're working in the next few months for the next one that starts this year through 23.
Cool. Thanks, Della.
Yeah.
Thank you, Della.
Anybody else have anything? Hi, Josie. So I was on a call today with, I believe all the mayors in Oregon were invited. I didn't even check to see what the final number was of who all attended, but it was the mayors, the governor, Pat Allen, the director of OHA, Dean Seidlinger, who's the state epidemiologist, and a number of other people in Governor Brown's administration that are part of her decision-making process for COVID. Not a whole lot of new information came out of it. Nothing that most people don't already know. But there were a couple of good things. It looks like Tuesday is the day that the governor's office announces like the categories that all of the counties are in. And they're saying it looks like on Tuesday there's going to be a number of counties that will be dropping out of the extreme high risk just down into high risk. So that's good. As of the last count they had, it looks like we've administered roughly 110,000 doses of the vaccine here in Oregon. I know there were some hiccups at the fairgrounds when things first got set up. Them having some of the guard personnel over there now, it looks like things are going a lot smoother, and they're pushing through quite a bit of the vaccine every day that they have it. So hopefully that will result in us being able to, have something that's a little bit more of a corn fest this year, but we'll see how that goes. There was a number of questions that were asked that we really didn't get any clear response to. People asked about whether the governor's office, whether they have an idea of kind of what percentage they want vaccinated before things start opening back up. If there's any timeline on a vaccine that is going to be approved for use in kids as well. And there was really no information on any of that. So, I mean, it was kind of a waste of an hour of my time, but a couple of good things did come out of it. But that's all I got. Correspondence. We did get that little certificate or whatever from the Census Bureau thanking us for our participation. So that's cool. But if nobody has anything, we can go ahead and adjourn the meeting. I got 7:23.